Uh, so it's in the early hours right now. I feel very, very ill. I was absolutely pouring sweat, just dripping sweat earlier. I feel so physically sick. I don't have the energy, and I'm too old for this. So, I'm being abused. I'm being very seriously abused. I've had 9 years of this. This everything that's been thrown at me. It is too much. It is too much. So basically, Darren, he's not my partner. He's my abuser. He's gone and done it again, and he's really gone and done it. And you know what? Darren's gonna watch this. He knows I know what's going on, and he's using everyone. Using Ewan Morrison, the caseworker for my local MP office. I implore, I implore anyone out there to please. I'm at that point now. Please contact my local MP office, Josh Bibarundi, because they are abusing me. They're not doing what the law is telling them to do. I feel so ill. I've got a physical disability as well as mental health, and I've had crimes against humanity committed against me, and a landlady who should be in prison. And you know what? You know, Darren is using his friend Charlie. He is using and abusing me. He is using the MP caseworker. He rang me up a few hours ago. Well, sorry. He rang me yesterday afternoon, Monday afternoon, and I could tell by his tone of voice that he was going to do a Charlie on me. He hasn't rung me for a long time. He's neglected me for weeks, months. He's neglected me over 2 Christmases. I've had 9 years of homelessness. He went to his sister's wedding without me. I've been with him for 9 years. He's using the Bible to abuse me. And his parents have lied to me as well. This is the devil's work. He's using Charlie as well. Charlie abused me with those nutters at the Eastbourne People's Assembly. Those people with mental health issues. He wasn't sorry. They're doing a Bible study. Darren's swearing about my sisters. Darren is calling me an idiot because he didn't text me happy birthday, but an ex-boyfriend texted me happy birthday last month. And I've been homeless in these hotels, and I've spent thousands of pounds on these hotels. And he's rung me up a few hours ago in the afternoon yesterday to say that the caseworker, Ewan phoned me because he can't get hold of you. That is absolute bollocks. That is absolute fucking bollocks. Oh, Yahweh rebuke me. You've got me to pray to Yahweh. I pray that Yahweh uses your name. I hope that you get a message from above, that he calls on your name. You're screaming and shouting at me, and I've got a bag of gifts for you from July and December. And I'm going to leave a suicide note on there for you. Oh, but don't call the police, because they've been fucking trying to contact me because of other people that are concerned about me. I went down on Sunday. I went down to the church that you used to attend, Darren, in tears, in a suicidal state. Again, the church that you used to go to, but you don't go there anymore because they don't celebrate Shabbat. Fair enough. And Celia was there. Celia, who I saw in the psychiatric unit, she said she'd pray for me. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but she told me that her husband had abused her, and he was a Salvation Army officer. See, they're everywhere in the church. Salvation Army, of course, the Salvation Army got done for human trafficking in Australia and other countries. The only good thing they do is family tracing. They found my father so ill. I went to your old church on Sunday, and the woman I spoke to in tears on Sunday said, well, he's abusing you, he's using you. You and Charlie are abusing me. You did a Charlie on me. Oh, you saw my YouTube video and then you said, oh, you text me to say, B, oh, B, let's start again. Let's start again. I do want to help you. I do want to help you. Oh, here's a law firm that can help you, and it's a bit late for that. A no-win, no-fee law firm. Did you ring them up? No, you can't be asked. I've been doing your washing. I did your cooking for you in that house share that I've been locked out of, and you've done nothing. I've lost blood because of the stress. And you're telling me you and Morrison, the caseworker that the judge told me to go to, he didn't get back to me for 3 months. You're telling me he's contacted you because he can't get hold of me. That is bollocks. You and Morrison spoke to me last week. So he said he'd been ill. He hadn't been ill for 3 months. No. You and Morrison, the caseworker for the Eastbourne MP office, had not been ill for 3 fucking months. I've been using my late father's inheritance. I've been sexually assaulted by the police as a rape victim. You, Darren, told me to leave a card and flowers for my sister. And you said how lovely it was that I hugged my sister so that everyone in the public could see it. So why did I get a desk sergeant say to me, a desk sergeant who went through 3 degrees of Freemasonry, to tell me that if I leave a card and flowers for my sister, I'll go to prison? And you suggested I do that. You're having a fucking laugh. You're having a fucking laugh. And you have the nerve to scream and shout at me, to prosecute you, to call me an idiot because I didn't get a happy birthday text from you. You and Charlie are doing a Bible study in the pub, and that woman from South Street Church is saying you're using and abusing me. Ewan Morrison has already let slip. He's already told me what is going on. That he wanted evidence of your caring role for me as a reason for me to stay in Eastbourne. You already let the cat out the bag. When you let the narcissists speak, they let the truth out. I told Ewan, you are not my fucking carer. I did paid care work 20 years ago. My sister Bronya was not my fucking carer. And I will give Josh Burundi evidence. They'll look it up on the system that I did care work and the care homes that I worked for 20 years ago. You wanted a caring role, Darren. You wanted it. Your dad was confused and he realised something wasn't right. And I normalised it because I was too traumatised. I've opened up my heart and soul to you. Like you're the bloody devil, making me believe that you're a man of Yahweh. And I told people he brought me to the name of Yahweh, the name that was removed nearly 7,000 times from scripture. But you're just doing this for a power trip because you can't get through to Patrick, can you? Because Patrick says God and Jesus and not Yahweh and Yeshua. So now you want to use Charlie. You're doing Bible studies whilst abusing and neglecting me and screaming and shouting at me to prosecute you. I said to you earlier, why is Ewan Morrison phoning you? I am his client, not you, Darren. The whole reason why Ewan Morrison is contacting adult social care is because you are involved in the abuse of me. You are my main. You, Darren Stewart Webb. You are my next of kin, and you have been emotionally abusing me. You neglected me over at least 3 Christmases. And like I've said to people, I was on the phone once again to the doctor's surgery. Endless hours speaking to all these people, being hung up on, the phone cut out, being fobbed off. Dr. Webborn said I'd lost blood. I've got it in writing. Three weeks after I was locked out of that house. And that solicitor that I've reported to the Solicitors Regulation Authority, and that old lady in Bexhill in that YouTube video saying he's got 16 pages of corruption against him, including sexual harassment, and that he married his 74-year-old victim so it wouldn't look bad, falsely taking me on under legal aid as a vulnerable woman on severe disability. Don't worry, Bryony. That's what all the narcissists have said. Just like John Tutty. Don't worry, Bryony. I've got you on the phone now. But there's a leak in the kitchen. Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm going to get you into a flat. And then the plumber's saying, oh, the washer on the tap had gone. The house is dilapidated. Karen and Felicity, the evil mother and daughter landladies from 44 Cavendish Place. And now this landlady, who's happy to go to prison, Alice Victoria Scott, who is in contempt of court, Alice Victoria Scott of Bedford Whale Road, Eastbourne. And what are you doing, Darren? You're telling me that you're walking past her house in Bedford Whale Road? Why are you doing that? To find some sort of excuse to throw me off track. She's emailed me, you know. She's harassed me. She's got my valuables. She's in contempt of court. I've got evidence that the District Judge Bartholomew put out the injunction order on her. She's breached the injunction order. She's got my valuables. I've got evidence against her. She told District Judge Harper she's happy to go to prison. And I'm telling you now, if I die, if I take my own life because I've got a bottle of alcohol, she should be done for manslaughter. You and Charlie are wicked. Absolutely wicked. You've done a Charlie on me. Oh, Bryony, oh, sweetie pop, can we start again? Kiss. You text me on my birthday, but you didn't text me happy birthday. But an ex-boyfriend, Chris Hancock, on my birthday. Hello, Bryony, it's me. I'd just like to wish you happy birthday. Hope you are well and contact me anytime you like. All the best, Chris. You didn't even send me that, but you called me an idiot. You're doing a Bible study with Charlie, who bullied me at the Eastbourne People's Assembly with those nutters, with those nutcases. You're having a laugh. How old are you both? And Charlie, who said he could cry for me, that he wanted to help me. If my mum died, I'd be so upset. I'm so upset for you, hearing what you're telling me, Bryony. And then he's texting me. I'm going to block that text. I'm going to block that text. I'm going to block that text. Charlie is 3 years older than me. He's 46. No, he's going to be 46 on the same day that you're going to be 56 on the 22nd of July. And you're both behaving like nasty little boys. Neither of you suffer with anxiety. You're malignant narcissists. You're covert narcissists. When I said that to you this afternoon, you then got very, very angry and you hung up on me. So you rang me up to say that you and Morrison can't get hold of me, and I've been leaving endless voice messages for him. He said he was going to ring me on Friday. You're full of bullshit. He said to me that he wanted evidence. This is how... Any woman out there, please help me. Any woman who knows what emotional manipulation is, I implore you. I implore you. Please help me. Because it's not something the eye can see. A lot of women who are abused by their partners will say, I'm the problem. You said you could see the bone. Darren said he could see the bone when he snatched the knife from me. And I've been crying. I've been praying out loud, saying, I'm sorry, Abba Yahweh. I'm so sorry. I've been praying, genuinely praying, obviously, for the healing of his hand. Obviously, that's genuine. But genuinely feeling like I am responsible for it. And the Swan advocate, Joanna Standing, said you are not responsible for Darren's injury. She also said that my sisters illegally went through my father's things without me. Barwells have abused me. Barwells in Eastbourne. My doctor's surgery. The GP. I've been on the phone to them. I recorded Dr. Furlong hanging up on me after he rang me, saying he didn't want to, I was being unfair to him, telling him about the corruption, about how I was locked out of my supported flat on news of my father's death. And Andy Canfield being on the local ITV news, and Janet saying that my eldest sister's friend, that it was her that was on the local ITV news. I mean, all these crazy people everywhere. Keeping me away from my late mother's best friend, the only person who loved me apart from my mother. And my eldest sister tried to keep me away from my mother. All this narcissistic abuse, keeping me away from my mother. I will put it on Facebook. Before I attempt to ever walk off those cliffs, I will put it on Facebook. The evidence, I will put it again, I will pin it. Evidence that my father wanted to see me in a message on Facebook. Because everything that's Darren is using my sisters to abuse me. He's using the MP office to abuse me. He is not my carer. But somehow my caseworker for the local MP office is using other people to neglect me. Adult social care have not phoned me, Ewan Morrison. Anyone out there watching this, I'm not going to put my case reference number out there. I've given my case reference to one woman called Helen in Wales. And I'm not sure if I've done the right thing. She sent me a happy birthday card. One of her friends in Cardiff told me to walk off the cliffs and she told me to block him. Whatever. I don't know. She was very reluctant to call the MP office on my behalf because she said she felt that they were unfriendly in there and she didn't want to harass them. But either you take this seriously or you don't. And I'm not being funny, Helen, if you see this, because this is awkward because I've never met you before, and you appreciate, you got to understand. I'm extremely vulnerable. I'm a technophobe. It's a miracle that I can just do this. When you talk, I don't have a. Why do you think I don't have a smartphone? I've got a laptop. I can barely function. I do Darren's washing. I do my washing. And Darren's there is stinking out this room. 3 times, about 3 times I've washed that coat and it stinks. That's how much I've been a carer to Darren. I've got gifts for him from March and December. The only time he came down to the Shoreview Hotel, I've got board games. He said, "Oh, we can play some board games, Bryony." We never played a fucking board game. I've got board games that I never opened, that are still in their packaging. But he came down, funnily enough, on the 30th of December, swearing about my disabled sister, my transgender sister. And he's been encouraging the police to abuse me. Why? Because PC Harriet said he was a knob. PC Harriet, who told me, that idiot police officer, who said he was there when Reese, a young man in the psychiatric unit, who discharged himself the same time I discharged myself from the Amberley ward. He jumped off Beachy Head. Oh, I was there. Darren's a knob. That's PC Harriet for you. Then that fat, ugly, bearded PC McCarthy oaf, calling Darren a cunt, beating and abusing me, putting a strap around my legs, pointing and laughing on my birthday. This was on news that my father had died. They dragged me off the premises and said I didn't need a mental health nurse. Yeah, that's Eastbourne Police for you. I spoke out with the Let Women Speak campaigners. I've got so many claims to make against Eastbourne Police, but I'm not going to survive. I spoke out with the Let Women Speak campaigners with Kelly J. Keane in March at Hyde Park. I haven't got the energy to make claims to the Freedom of Speech Union. Anyone out there who's a Nick Tenconi supporter, please contact him. I've already emailed him. I'll just say the first part of my email address. It's Ant Princess, okay? I shook hands with him at the Freedom Rally. I couldn't get the words out because I'm so traumatised. Honestly, I can't do this. But the fact that Darren has rung me today to deliberately test me and antagonise me, saying, "Oh, you and Morrison can't get hold of you. You're talking absolute bollocks. Stop lying, Darren. Stop lying, you and Morrison. District Judge Harper told me to go to you. You were not ill for 3 months. You're not doing what the council are telling you to do. None of you are doing what the District Judge Harper is telling you to do. And District Judge Harper told me to go to Mr. Holden, whom I have reported for falsely taking me on under legal aid." And I forwarded the email where he said he had a full legal aid certificate to commit the landlady to prison to seek damages. And this YouTube video of this elderly woman who says he's got 16 pages of corruption against him, including sexual harassment. He's a pervert as well. He told me not to worry, and that was last year. And we're now into April. And and Darren told me to ask for my father's inheritance, and Darren has been asking me for money from my late father's inheritance. Oh, I'm struggling. You're always struggling, Darren. For the 9 years I've been with you, I've been paying for your food when we have meals out. I've never complained about it. But you complain to everyone else that I've got more money than you. And now I'm in this position. 9 years of illegal forced homelessness. Before you came along, Darren, I had a flat of 7 years at flat 10 Kent Court in Old Town. You walked into my problems. For the 7 years I was in that flat, I dealt with attempted rape on my own. I went to Hove Crown Court. I was taken to the Saturn Rape Victim Centre in Crawley. PC Dixon. It's all on record. Lewis Barnett, who was put to 2 years in prison and 10 years on a sex offenders register. I dealt with that on my own, Darren. Before that Joe, that filthy Joe, who came to my mother's funeral, who abused me, name called, threw me out of his flat. I dealt with all of that on my own. Then you come along and suddenly you're the hero. You tested me as a friend, and I normalised it. You almost shoved me out of your flat saying, "Well, Bryony, you can't argue with the Bible." And I said, "Darren, this has got to stop." And then I normalised it. You tested me. Why don't you tell the truth? You and Morrison has not tried to phone me, so stop bullshitting me. I'm in Stockholm Syndrome. You are abusing me. I've normalised this. I'm in a dissociative state. I've got a dissociative disorder like my transgender sister. And you're abusing me. And both me and my sister did paid care work. You didn't. You, as a boyfriend, should be a carer without going to fucking care for the carers. Please, would someone out there help me? Because I swear on my fucking life I'm going to kill myself. And don't call the fucking police. I've had Universal Credit do it. They have been the problem. I've had police beatings. I've had the photographs of the injuries removed from Facebook. They have caused me all this trauma. This Lewis Barnett that I put in prison for attempted rape, that was nothing, nothing compared to what the police have done to me. Oh, they helped me back in 2010, 2011. But since I've been with Darren, non-stop, non-stop, I've spent thousands of pounds of back pip on the hotels. I was thrown to the ground by a firearms officer for complaining about bed bugs crawling on me. Homework support workers did nothing. Oh, but the firearms officer was saying, "Back off, Darren, back off, Darren." In the same way that those two perverts, PC Howard May, EB334, was saying, "Back off, Darren, back off, Darren," whilst exposing my breasts naked. Please, any woman out there watching this, get in touch with Kelly J. Keane from Let Women Speak. Get in touch with Nick Tenconi from UKIP. I shook hands with that man. I spoke out at Let Women Speak. I am being horrifically abused. Darren, you've had every chance to redeem yourself. You and Charlie are abusing me. Doing a bloody Bible study. What do you think Jesus would say? What do you think Jesus, Yeshua, would say about this? Depart from me, you evildoers of iniquity, for I never knew you. All those who stand back and do nothing. What's the what who was it who said evil prevails where good men do nothing? So you're giving it all that, and in the meantime, you're manipulating me, you're doing the devil's work. You're being wolves in sheep's clothing. And a woman from your old church, South Street, saw me in tears on Sunday. I opened up to 3 people and she said, you will get evil people in the church. He is abusing you. It's too late. And Ewan Morrison has not tried to phone me. I've got no voice messages. But as soon as I called you and I said you're part of the narcissism, you hung up on me. You don't feel bad, Darren Stewart Webb. You don't feel bad. You haven't got a... Oh, your father he looks so distressed. Yes, because he knows what you're like. He doesn't want to believe, in the same way I don't want to believe, that you could be so evil. He hasn't got a bad bone in his body, but he looks so disturbed when he said, "How do you feel about him being in a caring role?" And he gave me a hug. And he told me that your sister Carla had been abused by some bastard. Oh, yeah. But your dad, David, didn't hear about what had happened to me. No, because I was so traumatized. I've been such an amazing woman. I had to deal with my mother's death on my own. My mother would be 87. My grandmother would be 120. And my mother wouldn't put up with any of this shit. I've done this all on my own. Completely on my own. So anyone out there, please, please, any woman out there who understands, there are very few people who understand coercive control. I warned Darren that it was up to 5 years in prison for coercive control. He is not stopping. He is continuing this. And because I just obviously, I don't want to believe. I don't want to believe. He said to me at the start of our relationship, he said, "I see you as like a wife, Bryony. We were going to move in together." He said he talked about having a child. No one's ever said that to me before, and I take it seriously. Oh, well, maybe I am stupid. How many thousands of millions of women, though, are stupid for seeing the good in only seeing the good. Because even my mother's best friend Iris said to me, a lot of them are abusers. Yeah. We us women, we wear our heart on our sleeves. No, it's not that. It's not that. There are just a lot of evil people, deceptive, narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, and they are seeking whom they may devour. The enemy seeks to uh, kill, what is it, destroy, devour, whatever. Yeah. And I said this would never happen to me again. Someone please help me. Please help me.